I feel you on that. I know what it's like to kind of go through situations, and your vision for who you are as a player may not match what the coaches see or are saying, right?
Yeah.
So for the up and comers and kids coming up and stuff like that, like, what would you say to them? Like, how important is it to have that good relationship with a coach, or like, what advice would you give them about the school you're going to and the coaches that are there, and when they got to make a commitment like that? What would you say to that?
I would definitely do my research. I'm not saying I didn't do my research, but definitely like ask any question. You know what I mean? Like any question you have, you should be able to ask it like straight up. And if there's any kind of like weirdness about the answer, like obviously then it's not the place, right?
Right.
And just because a lot of things were told to me at certain points that just didn't once you sign the paper, they change.
Yeah. Right.
Which is unfortunate, right? But yeah, that's what I would say is just ask questions, and just you got to be willing to, like, you got to be able to look at yourself and know yourself, because there was like a lot of people who I was with who had the same situation, but I knew, like, for me, I put in a lot of work, and I'm doing, like, I felt like in that situation I was doing everything I could. You know what I mean? And the results, like, weren't, not the results, but like what he was telling me I was doing was different from what I was actually doing. You know what I mean? So we didn't see eye to eye, and so if you're a player coming up, you got to make sure that you're doing what you got to be doing, right? You can't be complaining. You can't be not satisfied with the situation if you're not putting in the work required, right? Like I know a lot of people who were unhappy with something, or like didn't see eye to eye, but didn't really do anything about it. Like they
Right.
would, they'd miss their reps in the gym, or they would, they'd be late to practice. They wouldn't be doing
Right.
their stuff. You know what I mean? I felt like I checked all those boxes. And still it was just a little bit of stuff. So make sure you're comfortable, make sure like the coach is being honest. That's why Jeremy was so far, like, Jeremy's just been honest with me, like, and I said, and I mean, you've known me for a bit, like the way I am is I'm pretty straight up, like I just say what's on my mind all the time. And some people aren't like that, and that's something that I realized after that. Like I was always speaking, like, and some people take that the right way, some people take that the wrong way.
Right.
So I think in certain situations that hurt me a bit, because I would just speak my mind, and maybe people didn't appreciate that as much as others would.
I feel you, bro. Say no more on that. I know what you're saying. Like, even in Kingston with the coach there, with Julius and St. Lawrence, like I had many back and forths with the coach, Barry Smith. Shout out to Barry Smith. But it was because, for me, like, I just didn't know how to. I wasn't used to a coach yelling and screaming and doing all this stuff, and then, like, we're cool after. You know what I mean? Like, growing up in Scarborough, like, someone's yelling on you and screaming on you. It's like, yo, are we good, or are we not good, right? You know what I mean? So, and as I got older, I realized, like, man, I wish I had someone to tell me and kind of walk me through those situations, right? You know what I mean? And be like, yo, just chill, just be patient, your time will come. You know what I mean? Because the dynamic of just playing ball, like, and playing college ball, and competing, traveling, that it goes by so fast, and it's like it's really like a once in a lifetime type of thing. Like you'll never be able. I'll never be in that situation again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I definitely agree. Like the thing that you, if I was gonna tell a younger player, is you got to differentiate between what is like positive, like yelling and screaming, and negative yelling and screaming. Because for me, like, that's, looking back at it, like Ben Julius, he does a lot of yelling and screaming.
Oh yeah.
But looking back at it, I was a young kid. Like I was 17 when I was there, and it was positive. Like for the most part, it was positive, and I needed it. I was messing up.
Yeah.
But then my other situation, when I look back at it, it wasn't positive. It was like a toxic, like, wasn't really necessary to do certain things, to yell at certain players that way, to talk to certain players that way. And that's why if you're a younger player, you got to realize like where do you stand, right? Where do you stand?
Right.
You need like coach needs to be able to express his emotions, whatever way that is, but you got to be able to do it in a proper way,
Facts.
right? And
Facts.
that's something you got to realize as a younger player for sure.
Hard times always bring out the best in me. My brother's next to me.